All right, ladies and gents, here we go. We are on Thursday's math, and we are going to rock. Well, you guys already rocked the challenge question, so now let's see how you did. Did you make Coco Melon proud? All right. So I know I say this all the time, but this is probably the most important part of the math class. If you did not get a 60 score on the challenge questions, please hyper focus on whatever you got wrong, and then boom, you just realized your error, you fixed your error, and you're better today or after watching this video with math than you were before you watched it. And that's the goal here. All right, let's start with A. A, the biggest mistake that people make is they don't line up the decimal. So therefore, the first number that we have 48. We're going to take from 48, 32 and 1/10. Well, 32 is a whole number. Whole numbers have decimals after them. 48 is a whole number. It has a decimal after it. It's just invisible because you don't necessarily need it because it doesn't have a decimal portion. And then 32 is 32.1. So now that you line it up that way, you realize that you're taking 1/10 from nothing. And nothing looks like that. So we're going to go to the ones place. We're going to say, hey, 8, I need one of you. It turns into 7. It's going to turn into 10/10. 10 minus 1 is 9. 7 minus 2 is 5. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So that answer is 15 and 9/10. Let's go to B. 79 times 6.5. Well, remember, the way that you multiply is you basically just ignore the decimals. If you are getting it right with traditional method, you don't need to worry about lattice method. But if you're struggling with double-digit multiplication, I challenge you to learn this lattice method because I've learned through teaching for 10 years that it really is the most effective way to multiply if you struggle at all. All right, so you kind of ignore the decimal. I'm going to put it there just so I remember there's one decimal number. And then I'm going to multiply each box. This box has a 9 and a 6 attached. 9 times 6 is 54. This box has a 7 and a 6, which is 42. This box down here is in the 5 and the 7, which is 35. And this box is the 5 and the 9, which is 45. And now the hard part's over. Now the answer falls down. The 5 falls down. And then this one's 5 plus 4 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 4 is 13. So 1, 3. And then 5 plus 1 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. How many decimal numbers were there? There was only one decimal number, so I have to make sure there's still one decimal number. The answer is 513 and 5/10. Let's go down to C. C says Brett cuts a 3-foot board into thirds. How many does he cut? Ooh, 3. How many thirds are in 3? So I'm going to start with 3, and I'm going to divide it into as many thirds as possible. Remember how to divide fractions? Keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep the 3 the 3. I'm going to change the sign to multiplication, and I'm going to flip to 3 over 1. And 3 over 1 is a fancy way to say 3. So how many pieces are in it? 9. There's 9 total pieces in it. Let's go down to our division. We have 1,034 divided by 5. 1,034 divided by 5. How many 5s are in 10? 2. What's left over? Nothing. When you took 5 away from 10, it came out perfect. There's nothing left over. Bring down the 3. How many 5s can you pull out of 3? Ooh, you cannot pull groups of 5 from 3. What's left over? Well, you took nothing away from it, so all 3's left over. Bring down the 4. How many 5s are in 34? 6. What's left over? Well, nothing, or I'm sorry. You took away 6 groups. 6 groups of 5 is 30. You have 4 left over. So the way I like to do this is there's 4 left over, but you had to have 5 for one whole group. So it's 206 in 4/5. And then let's finally end it with, or not end it yet, but let's go to E. We have 12 and 2/10. And we're going to add 2 and 3/4. And it's addition. So we have tenths and fourth. First thing we have to do is give them the same name. What does 10 and 4 have in common? Well, you count by them. 10, does 4 hit 10? No, it hits 8 and 12. 20, does 4 hit 20? Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. So I'm going to put a 20 next to it. I'm going to put a 20 next to it. How many 10s make 20? How many 10s make 20? 2. So therefore, my exchange rate's 2. Each of them is worth 2. So now I have 4. Because I had 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. The exchange rate is 5. So therefore, 3 times 5 is 15. Now, if there's something specific about this that frustrates you or makes it like, I didn't understand what the heck that was, that's what our live session is for. Please bring it up, and I'm totally happy with helping you out. And then 15 plus 4 is 19. And if the live session doesn't work out, you and I, we can set up a separate time to meet on Zoom or Google Meet, and I will definitely help you so you understand this material. And then you just add the normal numbers. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus nothing is 1. Answer is 14 and 19/20. Oops, that's E. And then let's go into the last question of the challenge here. It says a basketball has a mass, which remember a mass is kind of like weight, right? A mass of 600 grams. If the basketball coach orders 12 of those basketballs, what is the total mass in kilograms? Okay, so this is a 2-step problem. Problem number 1 is we need to figure out 600 times 12. That will give us the total mass of basketballs, but it's going to give us the mass of basketballs in grams. We need to figure out then how many kilograms it's worth. And remember, how many grams are in kilos? Let's see. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Since we're working with grams, grams is going to be the base, and we're going to go from grams to kilograms. So we're going to go left 1, 2, 3, left 3. So I'm going to put left 3. So the first thing we want to do is 12 times 600. Get rid of the zeros. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Bring my zeros back. 7,200 grams, and I want to turn it to kilograms. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to follow my directions, I'm going to move it left. Answer is 7.2 kg. All right. And I don't know if you have noticed yet or not, but what I started to do was I started to, now we're in like review mode. Your challenge questions, I'm plucking from your end of the year test, okay? So I'm focusing on each of the operations, and then I'm literally taking 2 problems from your end of the year test. That's why they look a little bit different, because I'm clipping it right out of the end of the year test. So if you're doing well on this, that's great. What I would like to do now is we're going to review your Unit 8. Your Unit 8, because remember, we kind of went through it pretty quickly. So what I'm going to have you do right now is I'm going to have you label your piece of paper 1 through 12, and I would like for you to pause the video and fill these out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So pause your paper and come up with the answers 1 through 12. And then we are going to go over these answers at 10:30. Alrighty, 1 through 12, and then you might not complete everything, and if you don't complete everything, that's fine. But if you really understand how to do these, man, you're going to be in phenomenal shape moving forward. All right, so I will see you guys at 10:30.